Hi guys, my name is Chrisa from IELTS English, our school in Thessaloniki, and in today's lesson we'll be talking about IELTS speaking. More specifically, we're going to discuss and we're going to try to analyze what you can do as candidates so that you can get a better grade on the IELTS exam, okay? Or in any kind of speaking exam, interview for that matter. So this, what we say today applies to all interviews. Okay, what do examiners look for? And we thought we might be doing this IELTS speaking topic because a lot of you are taking this exam now because you want to start a master's program in September. It's July now, so you'll be ready in a few months to start your master's program in Greece here, or maybe somewhere in Europe or far away. So what do examiners look for? Okay, let's categorize some things. All of them are of equal importance, so we don't focus on one or the other. Okay, the first thing that we look for when we speak, when we examine, is fluency. In other words, a rate of delivery. What does this mean? This is how fast you speak. All right, how much information you can convey. Convey is to give the other person information in a certain amount of time, a small period of time. So fluency means that there is a steady flow when you're speaking. You avoid, let me use another one. So to have fluency, you need to have a steady flow. Avoid long pauses. Oopsie. Long pauses, okay, in between words. So this is very important in your speaking, fluency. If you want to achieve fluency, you can't do it overnight. You've got to do it gradually, and you can't expect too much of yourselves. You cannot expect to go from point A to point B in a very short period of time. If you try to do that, you will end up making more mistakes. So fluency and rate of delivery. Let's go on to the next one. All right. Vocabulary. Vocabulary is the words that you use. So what is it that they look for in vocabulary? First of all, the first one is accuracy. Accuracy means that you have used the correct word and not some wrong word. So accuracy is something that a lot of students get wrong because in their attempt to use advanced vocabulary, they choose words that they are not familiar with, they're not really familiar with, and they end up making mistakes. Now, if the wrong choice of word hinders communication means that the examiner doesn't understand what you're talking about. This is quite a big mistake. But if the examiner understands that what you're trying to say, that's a mistake of lesser importance. But accuracy means you've chosen the correct word. And another point is wealth. So I may have chosen all the right words to say, but my vocabulary may be really limited, and I did not use any novel words, any fancy words, advanced, elevated words, elevated, lofty, advanced. Okay, I'm just showing off here, but this is what I mean. Examiners want to hear a variety of new vocabulary. So if you want to say something like, when the weather is bad, I feel terrible, okay? You haven't used anything fancy, but you can say, gloomy weather has a negative impact on my psychology. You've actually said the same thing, but you've used words like impact, you've used gloomy, so the examiner will be impressed. Try to include advanced vocabulary, but make sure you don't miss out on the accuracy, because a lot of students try to impress, but they make wrong choices. Okay, so that's it for vocabulary. Let's move on to grammar. Grammar is important too. Again, we're going to talk about accuracy and wealth. So accuracy means that you're using the grammar correctly. You're using the right tenses, your right conditionals, passive voice, everything is right, okay? Something you should definitely avoid doing is when you use the present tenses, present simple, present continuous, especially present simple. A lot of students forget the S at the end of the third person. He goes, he does, he do. Well, it's really important that you remember to put the S, because this is basic grammar. So some mistakes can be forgiven in any type of interview. Some others are not forgiven. They will not be able to. Okay, once or twice is okay, but no more than that. So grammar accuracy means you get everything spot on. Everything is correct. Not everything, but as much as you can. Wealth now. Wealth means that you don't always use the present simple or the present continuous. You use a little bit of passive voice. You use inversion to make your point more emphatic. You can use subjunctive, if you know what it is. The advanced learners know what the subjunctive is. You can use a variety of conditionals or reduced clauses. This is not the time to get into what everything is, but variety means that you have to go prepared to use a variety of grammar structures, which means you've got to do your preparation beforehand. It won't come out naturally unless you've done it with a teacher, with your friends or classmates before. So that goes for grammar too, accuracy and wealth. Finally, okay, there's 4, and I would add a 5th one here. Pronunciation is important, guys. I hate to say it, that's how I got my first job. I certainly didn't have the qualifications to teach when I was 19. All right, I started teaching at 19, did not have the qualifications to teach, certainly, but apparently my director was impressed by my pronunciation, so I was given the job. So it will definitely give you at least half a point up, okay? Pronunciation, there are tricks you can use, but don't be afraid. A lot of people say, oh, you know, I can do it, but I'm too shy. No, you shouldn't be too shy. This is your future. This is, I mean, this half a point may be the decisive half a point between getting accepted and not getting accepted. You should go for it. Okay, try to achieve try at least to enunciate. Enunciation means you're pronouncing everything very clearly. Be loud and don't mumble. So, and then if you can go for the native-like pronunciation, that would be best. And number 5, okay, it's the content of what you're saying, guys. All right, doesn't matter if I use excellent grammar, I have fluency, pronunciation is, but I've got to be answering the examiner's questions. So it's also the content. Is my argument valid? Have I convinced the examiner? Am I answering the question, or am I just talking without communicating with my examiner? So content is important, whatever you do. It's got to be relevant to the question. It's got to be clever, smart, convincing, whatever you do. And something else that I'm going to add another one, number 6. Okay, body language. Body language is very, 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 very important. Body language means that you smile. So, body language. Okay. Let's see. You smile. Not all the time. Don't smile all the time, but at least throw a smile whenever necessary. Eye contact. You have to keep eye contact. Again, not all the time. Don't stare at your examiner, but do not look down. Okay, you've got to communicate with your eyes too. eye contact. I could say gesturing is good. Gestures, using gestures. Again, not too many, guys. Gesturing. Okay. That's about it. Let's see. What else? I don't want to forget anything. Be positive. Have a nice, positive psychology, all right? And if you're nervous, just try to control yourself. It's not the end of the world if you do badly, okay? So that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, you can like it or subscribe it so you can get all the latest videos that we'll be uploading. Bye for now, and enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your summer. We'll be meeting again soon. Bye-bye.